Peace, y'all. What is good? What is going on? It is me, the Joe Digital. I'm here. You are here. We are all here together at the super amazing, beautiful, self-healing, self-rejuvenating, you guessed it, the Fort Lauderdale Beach. All right. Super happy to have you all here. Definitely go ahead at your earliest convenience. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you all may be updated when I post and create all new content. All right, cool. Yeah, I got a very, very powerful one for you all today. I have a very powerful one for you all today. Super happy to have you all here in this moment. I just want to start the message off with a smile, let you know that I have a heart full of gratitude, let you all know that I love y'all, let y'all know that I appreciate you all, let y'all know that your presence is magnified and this channel would be nothing without you all. Okay, super happy to have you. And I want to do the spin around real quick, let y'all see what's going on. Beautiful beach day here. A little bit windy, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a little bit windy, but you know what? I had to break out the Bohemian chic hoodie. I had to break that out. Let me show y'all what's going on the back. I hope y'all can see it. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the camera right. Hold on. Matter of fact, yeah. Let me see. I hope y'all was able to get that. I hope I was able to get that on the screen. I don't know if I did any justice, but the Bohemian chic, definitely go ahead and support. That's out in Sunrise, Florida. All right, that's like my second home right there. Yeah, it's a little bit windy out here, but it's all good. I got the strength beads on. It's nothing. I'm feeling excellent. You know, you see I got the root. I got rooted real quick line up. You know, I had to clean up the kitchen. You know what I mean? And so I'm here, you're here, we all here together. Super powerful, positive vibes going on in the space, in the place. All right, good energy coming from the universe, outer space, all that good stuff, you know. And I'm just here, man. I'm just here, feeling good, you know. And I just was thinking about something, and I'm happy to make this video because let me tell you something. I actually made this video already, right? This is a video that I made already, and I made it last week, but I am actually remaking the video in this present moment because it's such a powerful video. I wanted to make it again, and the reason why I'm making it again is, hey, it happens, you know, especially when you edit in videos, you know, you mess around and make a mistake and you delete the video. But I'm not sad, you know. It's one of those scenarios where when you have the actual wisdom and it's something that you actually really truly lived, you don't mind remaking a video. And actually, to be super honest and transparent, I believe this one's going to be better because with any message that you're sharing, whether it's with yourself or with the public or with the collective, it's always going to be better with time. All right. And that's because the more time that goes by while we're here in the third dimension, things get better. Okay, especially when it comes to wisdom, when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to understanding, overstanding. All right, so I'm happy to remake this, you know. And this is one of those ones, right? This is one of those messages. All right, and the name of this video, I'm gonna name it the source codes. Okay, source codes. Do you got them? Do you have them? Here's some keys to know if you have the codes. All right, have you ever been in a situation, right? It's not even a situation, but have you ever been in just in your element? You know, have you ever been in your element? And let's just say you're reading a book. Okay, it could be any book. By the way, I just got finished reading two books. Actually, I just got finished reading the Kabbalion, and of course, y'all know I love reading the Emerald Tablets. Those are my two right there. And I do have to get back into reading the Kabbalion. But anyways, I digress. But have you ever been reading a book, and as you're reading the words, you're reading the passages that are coming through on the page, have you ever had an instance where you're actually getting more messages than are in that book? You're actually receiving more downloads as you read the messages on that page? Okay, well, if this is you, then you have definitely accessed the source codes. Okay, very powerful situations are happening when you are in positions where you are obtaining information and you are actually getting more downloads as you obtain the information. Okay, it is actually intertwining like this, and it is becoming a part of what it is that you learn and you know. Okay, and it's a very important thing that happens. Okay, and the reason why it's important is because us being spiritual beings having a human experience, we are conscious. All right, and how we know we are conscious is based on the information that we give things. Okay, things that communicate with us, things that communicate with us through our perception, things that we perceive. That is how we become, it's not how we become conscious, but that's how you know you're conscious, is that without you recognizing and realizing that things are happening in your experience, then did it really happen? You know what I mean? Hit that like button, because guess what? By you being conscious, that's how you are able to determine if something is more knowledgeable, or if certain messages are messages that come in that help you ascend, you know, or help you to learn the lessons that you need to learn. Okay, so it's very important to be not only conscious, but it's very important to be aware of what it is that is downloading into your experience. Okay, so another way that you can access the source codes that are needed for either for your experience or for just the general experience that you are going through is, let's just say someone comes in contact with you, and let's just say they come in contact with you and they ask you for help, or they ask you for guidance, or they ask you, what would you do? Okay, in this instance, because the reason why I'm explaining it like this is because usually in these scenarios, as people are explaining, or they are letting you know, not really explain, I don't want to say explaining, because you know, it's not that people have to explain themselves to you. It's just that as people are letting you know what the scenario is, you are actually getting, as you're listening to them, you're getting more information downloaded from source, from God, whatever it is that you resonate with. Go ahead and hit that like button. The information is coming in as you're getting the information. Okay, as I said earlier, it intertwines. You know, just think of like a rose bush. You know, you have like the different vines that go up like this, and what usually ends up happening is that you're actually getting more messages. Okay, you're getting more messages that may be able to help said person as you're expressing those emotions to that person. You're also speaking to yourself. Okay, so you're also embedding yourself with the wisdom that you already know, but it's like you're giving back. You're giving back to the universe, you're giving back to God, and you're letting the universe know, hey, I got that message. You know, I was able to receive that. I was able to help someone in need. I was able to even if it may even be a message to just listen. okay? Because a lot of people, and I say this in a lot of my videos, sometimes people don't need guidance. Sometimes people may seek you for counsel, but they may really only just need you to listen. All right, and even in those times, you still will get the downloads. You still will get the wisdom. It will come in, most likely through your crown chakra. How you perceive it will be through your third eye chakra, okay? You'll be able to see the messages. You'll be able to see the visions that are being given to you, whether it's from said person or from the universe, you know. And as I said earlier, intertwine, you know, we intertwine in it, and it's all about what information you give with discernment, because, you know, we have to, that's a very, you know, definitely want to give discernment, because like as I said earlier, some people may not need input, you know, they may just need to hear themselves, but they just may need someone to just hear them out, and maybe just to sit with them, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's, you know, it's all good, it's all a blessing, you know. And pretty much what I'm conveying is this: as the information comes in, what you express based on what they share with you, based on the information that you get from source, is how you know, one, that you got the source codes, you were able to hear something that no one else heard, you were able to see a vision that no one else sees, okay, and you were able to use your discernment to pick and choose what type of information this person may, you know, of course you're asking them what they're looking for, but what kind of information they may be seeking, what kind of information you may feel that they may need. And, you know, of course, as I said earlier, with discernment, you'll know what information to withhold, because sometimes too much information may not be a good thing, you know. And if you show a person that if you show someone that you're there for them and you're there to listen, and, you know, maybe you could give them quick little nuggets of truth, or, you know, maybe you may be in a position where you could shed light in a dark situation to help them out of that tunnel, you know, so that they can get to the part of the lesson where they actually, the part of the journey where they actually learn the lesson, which is most likely at the end. And usually the end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end, you know. So if you can carry a person from that darkness into that light, they can, you know, in turn start their journey, or they can continue their journey. Sometimes people are on their journey and they may not necessarily need that help, but they just want to see, you know, as a confirmation, is this something that you've gone through? They may be asking you, have you ever been through this before? Or am I tripping? Did I, you know, does this happen to everybody? Have you ever heard anybody else go through this? You know, and that's where, you know, as they're explaining what's going on with them, you get the messages, you know. Source codes, very powerful thing, very powerful thing. And a lot of times, another way you'll know you have access to the source codes is through meditation, okay? Through meditation. When you are meditating, a lot of times you are thinking about what you have been through. It might have been the previous day, it may be what you're going through now, or it might be what you may encounter later today or this week. As you replay the scenarios in your mind, you'll hear messages, you'll get subtle nudges from the universe to pay attention to certain things that may have transpired in your life, whether it was yesterday, whether it's right now, or whether it's later on in today, okay? And you know, when you get these nudges, you'll also get information. This is why I express in a lot of my videos how important it is to meditate. And I was actually talking with my mentor yesterday evening, and I was you know, sharing with him about what I've learned on my journey. And I said to myself, something that I heard someone else say, but I'm going to incorporate it here now on the channel. I give myself at least 30 minutes to meditate, just to sit with myself in silence, just to sit and see what is going on in my mind, what is going on in my heart, and what is going on with me spiritually. If I'm rushing, or I know I'm gonna rush, I'll wake up earlier. I'll spend more time. I'll spend an hour, and I'll really sit. Okay? And it was one of those things that I shared. You know, it's, you know, sometimes you never know what you're going to share with people unless you have the conversation. But, you know, I was very happy to share that with my mentor. And, you know, it was, you know, I felt confident about that, you know. And it was what got me where I am now, is just the ability to be able to sit and listen for the knowledge, for the wisdom, for the understanding. Sit and listen and watch for the nudge, for the subtle nudge from the universe, to pay attention to certain signs, signals, synchronicities, you know. And we all already have everything that we will ever need, especially in this lifetime, because we came here with everything that we ever needed. All right. And, you know, on our journey, we are here to remember. We are here to put back the pieces to our puzzle, back to ourselves, so that we can grow and continue to be our truest version while still being a work in art every single day. All right. And when you sit and listen to what your heart is desiring, when you sit and listen to what your mind is asking you to pay attention to, when you sit and listen to your spirit and where your spirit is calling you to go or to be, this is where you will find the messages. This is where you will find the source codes. You will find the information that you will need to know, so that you can go closer toward the things that the heart desires, closer toward the things that your mind can use to find inner peace, which this is something everyone is looking for. No matter your walk of life, you're looking for peace, and something that will bring your spirit joy, whether it is dropping everything and going to somewhere that you love to go to, even if it's just for a day. I'm not suggesting that you just drop everything and move to another, you know, country or another place or anything like that. You know, definitely, as I said earlier, use your discernment. But the whole key is to watch what's drawing you. Watch the energy of what's drawing you. Is it positive energy, you know, that's drawing your heart, that's drawing your mind, that's drawing your spirit? Is it authentic? Is authenticity tied in? You see how I'm doing my fingers? Tied in with the love for the things that you will find out about yourself once you go down these paths. Because that's how you, in return, you will find the answers to having the source codes, knowing if you have source codes, and knowing how to attain higher levels, higher forms of information, so that you can grow and become your greatest version throughout your daily walk of life. All right. And, you know, once you get to a state where you're able to sit and really be, just be, and just sit with yourself and just really just let everything resonate and let everything set in, you'll know, you know. And I was talking with someone else too the other evening, and it's funny because I call myself rushing, right? I was coming in late, you know how you be trying to rush just to, you know, hop in bed, and you try to hop in bed or try to you know, take your shower, brush your teeth, you know, try to do all your routine, and then, you know, get in bed and, you know, make sure your phone's on the charger, you know, whatever. And I'm rushing, but I met this, it was this person that I met, and the way that the information that I got from this person was, they could tell the path I was on. They've been on the path. They've been on the path for maybe 30 years, 25, 30 years. And they could see the energy. They could see that I was aspiring, and I was, you know, even though my approach is humble, but they could see my aim. And we ended up having a 2-hour conversation, right? Just based on just higher sciences, just based on, you know, it was a very intellectual conversation on how to know yourself, how to be, how to sit in your energy, how to not project, you know what I mean? Just not project, but receive, in more of a form of a reciprocity based, a give and receive, but not to project, you know, just how to sit in your energy, but not, you know, it was just, you know, I don't want to go super deep into it, but, you know, the bits and pieces of it. But what I do want to go super deep into is you know, I learned, especially in that conversation, something that I always tell myself, but I was able to share with this person that I never met before, but I was able to share with this person that I'm a student, you know, like, it doesn't matter what I learn, you know, I always want to learn. And the reason why I want to learn is not to be selfish, but it's, you know, it's because you never, I will, right now, I do know, but in a moment you say to yourself, sometime I'll never know if I ever meet someone else and they may need what I know, you know. So this is why I'm always trying to refine, and I'm always trying to be in this you know, a situation where iron sharpens iron, and, you know, but I always want to learn, you know. I never go into any conversation like I know everything, and, you know, and so on and so forth. And it just felt so good for this person to just kind of see my journey without me even saying, hey, I meditate every day, and you know, crystals and so on and so forth. And they saw it, and they it's not, you know, it's not even that they were like, oh, I'm a psychic or I'm this and that, but it was just nice to kind of sit and listen to the knowledge and the wisdom, and just listen to the things that I made a part of my daily practice, and to see someone living it, you know, this particular person for almost 30 years. And it inspired me. It inspired me because, you know, really all walks of life inspire me. It's just I'm in a, how do I want to say this? I'm always in alignment with the truth. And it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't, this person didn't have to say they walk the same walk of life that I walk. They can have their own walk, as long as it's true, and as long as it's true for them. You know, that's all that matters for me. As long as it's the truth, and it's the truth for themselves, and they feel good with what they're sharing. If they feel like sharing, I'm cool with that. You know, I'm always gonna sit at their feet and see what I can learn. And the reason why I learn is because I'm always thinking about, how can I give back? What can I do to give back? It's not about hoarding information or taking the information to transmute it into something that I can use for selfish gain, or to put myself ahead of anybody. No, like, I always learn so that I can give back, you know, because there's always someone that, and I always say this in my videos, there's always someone that is underneath you that's coming up, and they may be on the same walk of life as you, and they may not be on the same walk of life as you, but the truth is the truth, and people need the truth, especially nowadays. People need the truth more than ever, you know. And we've been deviated away from even being able to receive the truth. And I feel like my way to combat that is as long as I can feed myself the truth. You know, I'm not talking about saving the world and changing the world, because you can't. You can't change the world, but you can change yourself. You can change your own perspective. You can change how you see life through using the truth, through walking in your truth and recognizing and realizing the truth, you know. And I believe that when you're truthful with yourself, you will be able to access source codes. Listen, I love y'all. I'm thinking of y'all. I hope that this message resonates for those that this is for. And if this is not your message, then, you know, I do have other content on the channel. Definitely go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and check out the website. I do have merch on there. Go ahead and check out the website. I do have the book 21 Powerful Self-Healing Affirmations on there. Also, the book 21 Powerful Self-Healing Affirmations is also on the website, and it's also on Amazon.com. Go ahead and check it out if you feel inspired to. All right. And also, feel free to leave that thumbs up. If you want to help the channel, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you want to help the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to help the channel and you really want to help the channel, go ahead and share this with 2 or 3 like-minded people. All right. You are loved. You are appreciated. I humbly appreciate you all so much for sharing time and space with me. Time and space that you, as a very busy person, could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here. I just want to let you know that you are greatly appreciated, and I thank you with a heart full of gratitude. All right. I will see you all in the very next video. Okay. I love y'all. I'm thinking of y'all. All right. Peace and love. Namaste.